So the next page we have, guys, is St. Francis Farmhouse and Naomi's Garden. And we desire to be a self-sustaining community, growing our own food and vegetables and gardening our own herbs and flowers. We'll raise up goats and chicken to be a source of food for the community and the neighboring communities. And here we have some cool facts concerning Ghana's agriculture I think you guys really enjoy if you take time just to read that. And here we talk about how we'll teach the children to grow, to really teach them lessons about the spiritual aspect of also growth, growth and being patient and what it takes, to grow a seed. Doing Naomi's Garden. And at the bottom we have the messages and quotes here from Jesus. The next page is from Jesus with Love Outreach, which I believe is definitely the heart of the website and definitely shares our purpose, the purpose and the vision of why we're doing what we're doing and what it is that the City of God's Sacred Heart Refuge community will do for neighboring communities and the people of Ghana. And see, if you see this image, is the actual photo from Ghana, and these women and children are not homeless. However, a lot of villagers or females come from the village and try to make a livelihood in the city, and because they stay a distance away, when they get tired after they're done selling their goods, they end up sleeping on the floor. So it's very common. People walk over them and want to give them a place of rest, not only spiritual rest but physical rest too as well. And here we kind of share about our hearts concerning the different ideas and exciting outreaches that we have planned in Ghana. And one of the ones, as I mentioned before, was the From Jesus with Love buses, which should be a source of free transportation to the community and from the community to pick up children who are going to be part of the Doris House daycare, and also be a source of free transportation for communers who are really poor and have to walk long distances to their villages or to their areas of work. And in these buses, we'll pray over the seats, we'll anoint them every single day, we'll have worship music playing, and we'll get to give each passenger rhemas every day, which we'll call them love notes, so that each will leave with a word from the Lord that day. We'll also do feeding programs for the homeless and the street children, providing free education and clothing, helping the crippled, the street beggars, the lame, by being able to fundraise for chairs, equipment that they need so they can also be equipped to live at least a somewhat of a normal life, and providing spiritual counsel, free spiritual books, and of course the Holy Movie nights. Many ministries have done this, as I mentioned, and a lot of times they go to rural areas and they use just buildings with projections and show gospel movies, and we want to be able to do that, and definitely in a unique way by using the Chosen series to be a source of sharing the gospel and sharing intimacy with Jesus. And we'll also have a Date Night with Jesus, which is an outreach we started in Texas, and we're going to take that to Ghana. And it's a night of just worship, of intimacy, where we set up a table, 3-course meals, a candlelight dinner, and we give each guest flowers and allow them to meet with Jesus. We have the barrels of love, which are 55-gallon barrels. They're pretty huge, and we're able to fill them up with anything we desire, any supplies, any equipment. And what we want to do is, this barrels will not be for ourselves, but we want to be able to assist and help, other missionaries and other churches. So those churches and missionaries who are in need, who don't have access to the supplies, equipment that are needed here in America, we want to be able to choose a different missionary in different church every month, fill up these barrels here in the U.S. and ship them to Ghana to provide and to assist other missionaries and churches with whatever supplies that they need. We'll also pass out MP3 players. We'll download them with Jesus' message to Mother Claire and myself, and also to dwelling prayer music. So those who are not able to read, or those who want to enter a deeper relationship with Jesus, can be provided with these free MP3 players and just take them and allow the Holy Spirit just to move on their hearts and draw them to a deeper relationship with the Lord. And as I mentioned on the channel, we are still looking for a translator who's Ghanaian and speaks Twi to translate the episodes of The Chosen, so we can take this to Ghana and really use this to really impact many of the souls there and to draw them to deeper intimacy with the Lord. As Franciscans, our charism is to beg for alms for the poor. And so many times in Ghana and some of the West African countries, we have a lot of beggars on the streets. However, what it's become now a business. So you'll have people who will help and assist them push their wheelchairs, lead the blind, but they actually take a portion of the donations that the beggars receive that day. And we want to be able to assist these the lame, the crippled, the beggars, and ask people to donate for the love of God and give all proceeds to them so they're able to be helped that day. And as I mentioned, the Day Not with Jesus will be outreach I'll be doing once a month. And so I'm really excited about that, to take that to Ghana. From Jesus with Love will not only be just an outreach ministry, but be a creative center, as Jesus mentioned, where the gifts of the children will flourish. So we want to take all the gifts of art, music, recordings, books. We'll provide opportunity for all the members in the community and the children as well to cultivate their gifts and to give it out freely. To give it freely, that may impact those in Ghana and those all over the world. And here we have free resources. We provided the books and free PDF downloads of all of Mother Claire's books, and also some of Miss Carol's books from Heartdwellers. You guys can download it here for free, just click. Or if you want to purchase the actual books, you could go to Amazon and purchase it there as well. And hopefully soon, God willing, we'll have books from Heartdwellers Ghana here. The next page is Doris House. That we want to provide a place of love, life, and acceptance for these children. Doris House is named after my mother. As I mentioned before, that I wanted to give her honor because our house, guys, was a house for everyone, for the troubled, for the sick, for the mentally ill, and for those who needed love. She showed love, and so you want this house to accommodate the exact same atmosphere and the exact same heart behind it, to really be a home for the children in Ghana. And we know that the children's needs are of love, someone to trust in them, clothing and food and education, shelter and protection. And we're going to provide that in this home. That it's not just an orphanage, but it's a home where they can grow and know that they have a family, not only on earth here with us, but in heaven as well. And we want to provide a place to for teenage mothers to come to realize that God is their source of love, and to teach them about chastity and purity, and that they have so much hope for their future for them and their child, providing free medical care, education, and schooling for them and their child. We want also to provide free daycare for mothers and fathers who have no one to watch their children as they're working. As you see this image, that's very common in Ghana and West African countries. We're a very family-oriented culture, and many times when you have little children, you have a lot of aunties or older, you have grandmas or the elderly staying at home who take care of their children. But there's times too when the women leave the villages, come to the city to try to make a living for themselves and have no one to watch their children. So the children or infants have to be taken with them to work. And we want to provide a place where they know that their child can be at rest and find peace and be loved and be taken care of, be fed and be taught as well, so their mind can be focused on work, on their livelihood, and it's not a burden to them. So Doris House will have that available for the children, and especially for the street children. That's so common now in Ghana. We have so many of the street children who have left their homes to try to make a living for themselves. Some are orphans, some are even on drugs, and we want to provide, once again, a home, a family for them to come and really be loved, to be nurtured, be strengthened, and also to walk in freedom and love of Jesus Christ and intimacy. We want to teach the children how to be spiritual mothers and fathers, how to really love on one another, to take care of each other, to look after each other like brothers and sisters. So the older ones will accompany some of the younger ones in their spiritual walk, and their homework, and their needs as well. And that'll really train them to really take care of souls. And we feel that's very important in the community. And at the bottom here, we have more messages from Jesus, and we have quotes too here from the Lord and Blessed Mother concerning Doris House. The following page is St. Philomenas Playground. And this page would not be right without the sound of children playing in the playground. So once again, you catch the vision and be inspired and want to get involved. And in Ghana, playgrounds are not common at all. It's only in the city, Accra, which is the capital of Ghana. Many of the rural areas don't have playgrounds, so children find whatever means they can in order to have fun, which is awesome. But we really want to provide a place of color and fun and laughter for the children, not only just for the children, but for families, for an area where parents who are tired too can just take their children so they can have fun, relieve their stress a little bit, and just take a break. And so as you see the images here, which are so cute, the children find anything to play with. They make their own bicycles, they make their own sleds, which are awesome, but we want to provide a really nice, equipped, a safe place for them to have fun, and also too for the parents and adolescents to come and just once again take a relief from the stress of life and the toils of work that day. Here you see some kids playing in the rain. And at the bottom, we have messages once again from Jesus concerning those who are called to come, and a quote from the Lord as well. And here we have the importance of physical activity and why it is necessary to have a playground in the community. And St. Philomenas Playground is actually named after St. Philomena, which is the patron saint of our infants, babies, and the youth. So we know that she's going to take care of every single soul that walks upon that playground. Will cover them in prayer and intercede for them. The next page is the House of Infirmary. Jesus mentioned that this part of the community will actually come much later. And so the House of Infirmary will be a hospital. We'll have a hospital there, not only just for the community, but for surrounding neighboring areas, to restore hope and joy to patients in the midst of their pain. You want to run this hospital seeing Jesus under the guise of every request that's asked of us, of every painful look in the eyes of the patients and everyone that's suffering. We want to be able to help the elderly because many clinics are not available in the rural areas, and those who have ailments either just endure through it or aren't able to walk long distances to the hospitals and infirmaries, and we want to provide help for the elderly. And we want to also do a medical mobile outreach where we can actually go to the villages, go to the areas that don't have clinics, and so that the elderly and those who are sick don't have to walk a long distance to the actual infirmary, and want to provide just the basic necessary medical needs for those who are in need of it. And we also want to give hope to the shackled. And many of you may not be aware of the shackled, but it actually made national news. It's very common in West Africa. The shackled are those who have mental illness. But unfortunately, in the culture, the African culture is looked at as a taboo. So many people feel who have mental illness are either possessed, have evil spirits upon them, or are sick. And so, or they're evil in themselves, and because of that, they're cast out of society, cast out of the community, and sent to these very popular prayer camps where you have proclaimed pastors and prophets who actually chain these men and women to trees, and they have to fast, eating once a day. A lot of times they defecate and sleep exactly where they're sitting. They sit there for weeks, months at a time. Sometimes it could be years. And many times the families no longer even come to take them away from this place. So imagine living a life of seeing hopelessness. We want to give them hope. And once again, we recognize that it's only the love of God that transforms and heals. It really is the love of God. And many of these places too are not Christian. They're very natural, herbalist. They believe that native spirituality, and many times that's witchcraft. And we want to give those souls who are bound and in bondage in this way hope in the infirmary, that they can be loved, that they can be nurtured, and they can receive the right medication for those who need it. And those who need deliverance can receive deliverance in the right way, in the form of love as well, and not making them feel as if they're outcast, evil, or unwanted by the Lord and by society. And lastly here, we call it the House of Joy because we want to teach the patients and those who come to find joy in their suffering when they're united to Christ, and truly be a place, once again, that they're nurtured, that they're taken care of, and that they're held in the arms of each nurse, each doctor. They're held in the arms of Jesus, especially even those who are sick and dying, that they could enter into the Master's joy, knowing that they're loved by the Lord. And here at the bottom we have messages, more messages from Jesus, and quotes from him concerning the infirmary. And we have our Get Involved page where we really share our hearts. For those who want to get involved and feel that they're not able to come to Ghana, they don't have the means, or they don't feel called to actually be on the grounds as mission workers, you can get involved. There's so many ways with your donations, not just financial donations, but you make a difference. You can provide donated items to us that I would love to take to Ghana when I leave. School supplies, Christian children, adolescent books, used and new clothes, gently used and new shoes, children's Bibles, toys, beddings like blankets, pillowcases, bedspreads for the children, especially the street children, hygiene items or bags. Any of these items, guys, you can donate to the address below, and I'll receive it and we'll take it with us. And even as I arrive in Ghana, please, any items that you do have, any gently used clothes, please send it to us. We could definitely utilize them. And below here we have options to donate financially. So I've been asked many times, those who want to donate with PayPal but don't have a PayPal account, they ask me how they can donate by debit or credit card. And I just want to clear up that PayPal gives you an option to, if you don't have a PayPal account, nor do you want to sign up for PayPal, here at the bottom it gives you an option to donate with debit and credit card. So you could donate through a PayPal account, debit or credit card, donate with your bank through Zelle, which is a quick pay transfer. Most banks, all of the banks have it. When you click here, it provides my Zelle information to go to our bank account. And then if you want to also donate through check and mail, you can send a check through the mail, and it has information at the bottom as to where you want to send your check to. And then a GoFundMe account, which we're campaigning for right now, you could actually donate there as well. You can get involved, guys, with your prayers. We need more intercessors. We need your prayers. Your prayers are so powerful. So if you want to join our intercessory group family, just click here. It'll take you there. And to get more details about it, you can donate with your time. So those who feel like called and want to help, but they cannot commit to a year's time, or don't feel necessarily called to missionary work, or are even unsure if they do want to do missionary work, you can come just to volunteer. And here, you go to our volunteer page. It gives you details, which I'll get to, about the requirements of being a volunteer at the City of God Sacred Heart Refuge. And you could get involved by doing construction with us. We need builders. So if you're good with your hands, or even interested in learning about building, please come. Please come and help us build the City of God. And here, once again, you go to our volunteer page. It gives more details and instructions concerning that. And at the bottom, again, we have more messages from Jesus and a quote from Jesus concerning using your gifts and works for his kingdom and helping build this community. Prayer Warrior page, and here if it gives really detailed information concerning about our intercessory group. For those who feel called to be a part of our group, please go to this page to get more details about it. To become a prayer warrior, someone who simply has love of Jesus and wants to give their life for the salvation of souls, praying a life of sacrifice. And you can do that by helping us become one of our prayer and intercessors. And we send out monthly emails for our intercessory group, so you know the prayer points where we're needing prayer for. We cannot do this work, guys, without you and without prayer, because that is 90% of the work. 10% is our feet on the ground, but everything has to be backed up by prayer. For those who are sick, confined, and maybe feeling like they don't have nothing to give, you are the perfect candidate to be a prayer warrior, because with your sacrifice, with your ailments, with your sicknesses, backs up prayer and makes it so powerful. So you can offer all your sickness and sacrifices as unto the Lord for the children and for the community. So become a coworker with us and become part of our family. If you're interested, just email us at heartdwellersghana@gmail.com, and we'll prayerfully discern if the Lord is calling you to be a part of our intercessory group. And at the bottom, as I mentioned, there's a message from Jesus, which many of you have heard, about our intercessory group. And here's a quote from the Lord concerning the power of your prayers. And you get involved by becoming a sewing partner. It's very specific why I use the word sewing partner, why the Lord gave me that, rather than a giving partner or a donating partner. Or the word sowing always accumulates to reaping, a harvest, reaping some type of growth. And so we know that every donation that you sow, guys, into the community, into this mission and vision, is sowing into a child's life and sowing into the nation of Ghana. And so we're calling and we're seeking and desiring monthly sowing partners for the children, for the community, and for the needs of Heartdwellers Ghana. And at the bottom, we give you opportunity to sow into whatever field, right? Because each and every aspect of the community and this vision is a field that you get to sow in and you get to see. So you can choose whatever area that you desire to have your seed planted in. If you feel really drawn to Heaven's School, you can donate to Heaven's School. If you feel drawn to the House Infirmary, what you want to see your donation build at a hospital, you can donate there. If you see yourself really drawn to the outreach, you can click on there and ask that your donation be specifically used to donate to the outreach. Or if you just desire to give us donation and allow us to use it wherever the needs are most needed, you can click there and give it to us there. So it gives you the option, it gives you the sower to sow where you desire to see growth in this community and in this family. And here at the bottom, we have more messages and quotes from Jesus. Then we have our volunteer page. So if you want to get involved, you can also volunteer with us, doing outreach to the street children. There's so much in need of God's love. Become the Lord's hands and feet when we do this, when we go to Ghana. And there's other opportunities that we provide here that you can actually volunteer. Some of you feel maybe called to Ghana to come help volunteer for a time in the community. And some may feel like, I want to get involved, but I'm not able to actually come there. Is there another opportunity? And yes, There's ways to help in this ministry, and here I provide a few bullet points and list of items of how you can help the children when you come to Ghana to volunteer, how you can help the community when you come to volunteer, and how you can actually help the ministry if you desire to give us your time, your resources, and gifts to really volunteer with the ministry as well. We need you. So short-term volunteer requirements are different from being a missionary of love. I actually encourage everyone who's interested even in coming to help with the City of God to first come as a volunteer and then discern if you actually want to do missionary work there. It just requires for you to be volunteer your time on the basis of 2 weeks up to 3 months. And then from that point, you can discern if you actually want to make a 1-year commitment and become a missionary. And we also provide some requirements here of how to get your visa application and how to yield once again to the spirituality of the City of God Sacred Heart Refuge once you arrive as well. And the application's here. You can download it and email it to us. And we're also looking for local volunteers. Local volunteers are quite different from those who would come from out of state. Because their parents are there, you can be a bit younger to actually volunteer. And I think it's important as to the mindset. Anyone who's desiring to come and volunteer at the City of God Sacred Heart Refuge, we give some following pointers to help you out as to the mindset you need to have when coming. Because no one told me this when I came here to the refuge on the mountain, and I wish they did. So these are all from experience that I've learned that will help you to cultivate a deep intimacy with Jesus, and more importantly, to receive all that Jesus wants you to get once you come. So you must plan on being very flexible as possible. Simran Gumby. One thing we learned here on the mountain is that one thing that's constant is change. So things always change, and I foresee that being no different with the City of God Sacred Heart Refuge. We are on the Lord's time. This is the Lord's community, and these are the Lord's children. So He really sets up a classroom of tests, of trials, of different situations every single day that even me myself, have to be yielded to be flexible to whatever the Lord wills from moment to moment. And so that's very important. The second point is be willing to give Jesus a hand by doing whatever is asked of you for the good of the community. And so if you have preference concerning what you want to do, what you can't do, what you like to do, what you don't want to do, that's really going to hinder you from really receiving the fullness of what God wants to do in you and through you here and volunteering. Be ready to take on the most menial tasks for the good of the community. Some of you have heard my bucket story, so it's important that you're ready to take on whatever is asked: washing dishes, cleaning the buckets, the poo buckets of the children, of the elderly. Knowing that when something is asked of you, it's Jesus Himself asking you through that person. And when you're able to respond to say yes to anything and everything that's asked of you, then the Lord is really able to move in and through you, and you will really receive a lot more from your volunteer time. And so look forward to taking initiative, searching for ways to love, work, and serve. We are so open. If you come and you find ways like, hey, I want to take initiative, there's a need that I see that's not being met, we're so open for you to tell us that need and for you to meet that need. And be prepared to give yourself fully to the poor, live as they do without certain comforts. That's very important. So if you find yourself, as we mentioned, the Missionaries of Love page, high maintenance, wanting to live comfortable or having certain comforts, it's going to be very difficult for you. Because here in the community, God has called us to live a life of simplicity and holy poverty. We're called to live as those we serve. And so it's important that you come with a right mindset, not seeing this as a vacation, not seeing this as a place a different country you can go and sightseeing, but to really give yourself fully to the poor, to the service of the people of Ghana. Then you will get the most out of this experience. And of course, don't expect the full attention of the community leaders. That's important because it's going to be very tedious and very busy. So if you're coming to the City of God Sacred Heart Refuge to see it as a spiritual retreat of some sort, to get counsel or guidance, this may not be the place for you. You could always email us to get spiritual counsel and guidance, but to come to actually the community and to volunteer your time, once again, you're volunteering your time of service, is to serve. And so many of us will not be available to be able to help you, instruct you, or counsel you spiritually as your need, because we're not there focused for people to come for retreats. We're focused there on the children and on the poor. So that's really important. And the next 2 pages we have is the Rosary Testimonies. That's from my old blog. I felt it was very important to keep that on here because Blessed Mother is the head of this ministry and the head of this mission and the head of this community. As a former Protestant, I think it's definitely necessary for those who come from different denominations who want to help recognize, to see that Blessed Mother plays plays a very vital role in this community and this ministry. And we give some great testimonials from Protestants from all over, from the channel, from all over, about how Blessed Mother has touched their lives and hearts. So I really, really love this page. And we have the printable prayers page, which is a great tool of resources for all of you, for those who are desiring to know how to pray, want to pray, or need some prayers. This is a great page for you. Here we provide prayer requests. If you have any prayer requests, you can send it to our prayer warriors to get on it to pray for you. We have the binding prayer and deliverance prayers, prayers for Muslim brothers and sisters to come to Christ, prayers for the lost, prayers for Israel. And here we have prayers for marriages, relationships, and courtship. So if you're in a marriage right now that's going through a really difficult time, or you're wanting to get married, or in a relationship, or in courtship, or you're single and you want to begin to speak into the life of your future marriage, use these prayers. These were given by the Holy Spirit, and wonderful prayers that you can download and print out to actually pray over yourselves and that of your family. And on the message page is just messages from YouTube, which is so cool. We have a plugin that automatically uploads all the messages from YouTube here on the site. Then we have our blog page, which will provide you transcripts and transcribed messages from Jesus, and some blogs that are just from me as well, and from some members of the community. And we have our own Rhema page. Yes, Heartdwellers Ghana has our own Rhema page. Many of the Rhemas now are still Mother Claire's Rhemas, but if you can see the image on the background here with the African print and the Holy Spirit bird, that is the Heartdwellers Ghana Rhema. And once we get all the Rhemas uploaded, once you click on the Rhemas and Rhema messages soon, many of Jesus' messages from myself and many Rhemas from the Lord will actually be implemented in the Rhema page. So you'll get not only Mother Claire's Rhemas, but you also get some of the Heartdwellers Ghana Rhemas too as well. And here we give a scriptural explanation as to why Rhemas are biblical and it's okay with the Lord. So that is the gist of the whole website in Heartdwellers Ghana. We thank you so much for your donations, for your support. We thank you for your prayers. Once again, it's impossible that I could have done this by myself. I thank the Lord to give him all the glory for building this website and for you guys as well. So this is your work as well. This is your mission, and this is the fruit of your labors, and I want to share that with you guys. And I also will have at the end of this message a prophetic vision that one of our intercessors had about the community. She had it several weeks ago before the website came up, and she was in awe that when she looked at the website, many of the things that she saw and the Lord showed her was given in detail on this website. And I just feel like it's going to encourage and inspire many who are called to be involved in this mission, to see that the Lord's desire that it will come to fruition. This work will come to fruition. So thank you so much, guys, and God bless you until the next message.
Hey, Mother Mary Elisha. I'm sorry for the roaring of the fans, and Maxie's kind of crawling all over me, but I just wanted to make this to send to you because I've been holding it back in fear actually, and I've been just not wanting to say anything because I felt like I didn't know where I was being called to or stuff like that. But I wanted to share something with you that I thought you might very much I thought that you would very much want to hear. So one day I was sitting in front of the Holy Eucharist, and the Lord told me, well, at least this is what I saw. And so I'm just telling you here because I didn't discern it, but I just left it alone thinking it was just in my head, you know. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I went on your website and I was confirmed the same thing I saw in my vision is the same thing I saw on your website. So I just wanted to share this with you and see what you thought about it. And I'm sorry if my voice is off as well. As you can see, I'm recording in a very bad time, but I don't want to forget. So I was in front of the Holy Eucharist, and I heard in my heart something told me, at least what I believe is to be the Lord said, I want to show you something. I want to show you something. So I closed my eyes, and immediately we are in front of a beautiful land. It was very big, and the land was near the road, and the road was a bit sandy. It wasn't like a regular road, like paved, paved with cement or anything like America is. No, this actually looked like Ghana, and this actually looked like Ghana, and the land was near a road, and what I saw is there was grassland everywhere, but the land was very, very big. And then he said to me, "Look over there. That's where Naomi's house is going to be, and that's where your Ministries is going to be." And then he showed me, this is where the school is going to be. And then immediately the vision transformed, and it was a huge compound, and there was a plaque, as though for some reason you guys were able to get for some reason you were able to get a plaque of sorts, and it said something Sacred Heart, City of God, Sacred Heart Refuge, and it had your how to contact you and so on and so forth. And it was made out of like a clay. Everything was made like adobe. It wasn't like wood of sorts. Everything was made like adobe houses. It was a huge community center, and then there was like a farm that stretched in the back of that, and then in the middle was this, I can't remember, this church, I believe it was. And then I saw myself standing outside of the compound, and then this big wide bus pulled up, and on the side of it marked "From Jesus with Love." And then as soon as the door was opened, I saw Max driving that bus. And I saw Max driving that bus, and he opened the bus, and there was, I think, school children inside, as though he went to pick them up. And I was standing there, and I thought to myself, what could this mean? But I just brushed it off because I didn't think that it was anything, because I'm thinking, whether I am called or whether I'm not called. I just wanted you to know this, because I didn't want to keep it to myself. And then when I saw the big white bus on your website, immediately I knew that was from the Lord. I didn't understand why he was showing this to me, because it had different plans, I believe. But I just wanted to say that I'm here to support you in the intercessory team. I just wanted to say that even if I don't get to come, or even if this is not his will for me, I wanted to share this with you as I saw it come into flourish. I saw it before my eyes, and he showed it to me. He stood there with me at the side of the road, and I saw the compound manifest right before my eyes. I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it may encourage you when you get there. But it was really beautiful. There was a wall around everything. I think I saw a plane there too. No, a helicopter pad or something like that. I'm not sure. It's been a while. I think it's a month ago I got this. So guess how long it took me to tell you, because I didn't feel like, it was my place. I just didn't want to, but I decided that I would just suck up my my cowardice, and just be courageous about it. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I'm really grateful that you're gonna get to do this, and I'm grateful to be a part of the intercessory group, because I believe that it has taught me many things and it's changed me in so many ways. I'm just grateful for your friendship, and I'm really grateful that I can learn from you. And that's it. So thank you for listening. Thank you so much.